I shall talk to the mayor. Perhaps the mayor has some... Ooh, is it Charlene? Who are you? Tell me about yourself. I live alone here in town. It used to be that my younger brother Tom and I were practically joined at the hip, but that's all changed now. What happened to him? He's always been something of a rascal, calling his petty hooliganism adventuring and endlessly worrying my poor mind, but of course I've always loved that scamp to bits. For my part, I encouraged him to join the Legion, even got him sparring with Captain Aureus now and then, but then those blasted Fabulous Five came to town. That band of... I don't even know what to call them. Well, they're his heroes, and I simply couldn't prevent him from going to see them. That one meeting was all it took for Tom to run off with them on some mission to God knows where.
Bye.
Okay. I am looking for the crazy chick that delivered the body.
Greetings.
What? I would see you come closer, then closer. My ears aren't what they used to be, nor my eyes for that matter. Yes, hello, Source Hunter. Our city welcomes you. Tell me about the issues. Oh, you mean Cecile. Very difficult times indeed, as though the death of Jacob by source magic no less wasn't enough. We're also facing all sorts of brutish intruders. The undead have overrun all but one northern trade route, while the orcs are making a habit of savaging our beaches. That's not to mention that at the top of the whole caboodle there's rumors of some new religious sect or cult, or some such sticking its tendrils into the innocent, seven-fearing folks like Cecile. And while we're on the subject of troubles, I myself have a private matter I'd like to bring to your attention. It involves a magic relic I rather foolishly sought, a weapon called the Staff of Pergamon. What is that? The what of what now? You're speaking gibberish, and you mean the Staff of Pergamon, whatever, that's like a weird name. Yes, I was expecting a shipment of weapons, and among the cargo was this very powerful, very rare staff. I managed to place the order through means somewhat atypical to a government official. Cecil proved an old fool, though. If the merchant slated to deliver it to me has just informed me that the damned thing has gone missing. I fear it may have fallen into the wrong hands, and I wonder if you could retrieve it for me. What do you know about it? The staff itself contains a shard of an ore, highly valued for its use in weapons of war. I know use of the material to be forbidden, but I was desperate to do something to aid the townsfolk against the undead. That makes sense. You're probably lying, but that is actually very... It makes a lot of sense. His name's Conrad, captain of the Tides. There are a merchant ship still docked at Cecile's harbor. You can talk to him if you think it'd help, but I'd quite like to avoid getting the Legion involved, if you don't mind. Alright. So, about the murder. Jake murdered? Oh yes, now I recall. Indeed, I could hardly believe it myself. The councillor and I have certainly had our differences over the years, but old squabbles evaporate under such circumstances. Most of the townsfolk are certain Jake's wife Esmeralda is responsible. In fact, the Legion have taken her into protective custody to keep her safe from the mob. As you can imagine, I've known her for years. That business between her and the Duke of Ferrell was always a bit suggestive, but I never had cause to suspect her of violence still. Tell me about this guy. An upright bloke, apart from all this Esmeralda nonsense. The whole town knows the only goal of his business trips to Cecile is to spend a night or two at the King Crab Inn with her. Jeez, this lady. I want her to be guilty so badly, and she's probably, like I said, just so innocent. Right. I'm gonna leave now. I hate that chick. She is definitely innocent. That dark-dealing old man dabbled in sauce. What is wrong with you, lady? What is... Can we gag you? Can we gag you? And I don't mean like in that kind of way, lady. Because you're a little bit odd, so these things do have to be mentioned. But, I mean, you are kind of crazy. And you say a lot of crazy things. So perhaps gagging you would just be the best option here. Siva... Right, let's not dig up her daughter in front of her, because that's sick. And I did that once, and I didn't really think about it at the time. I'm going to talk to this guy. I think. Let me just open the map and have a look around. Alright, we've got Mortician's Morgue, the tavern, the abandoned house. Now, what I need to find, Esmeralda's shop, town hall.
Now where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away?
Probably, you never know. Well done. I need to find this... I can't really remember where she was for. Maybe if I look at my journal. Mysterious murder. Right. The healer's apprentice, Evelyn. That's the... I want to go for her because I figure she might be like the weak link. Like, she and the mortuary guy, they're probably the least involved in this, I would say. They were probably just paid for things, or doing something weird. So now I just need to find out where the heck this healer chick would be. If I were a healer, where would I be? Doing healeriness. Probably not in the morgue, as I imagine there's not many people that would need it there. So I'm going to have to try and find this place. Where are you, lady? Maybe the healer would be in the mess hall? And the healer's apprentice needs to be, you know, healing people, so she's got to be somewhere around. So let's go into the mess hall and check that out. Anything else? Any review?
These stores are for our Legion troops.
There's a chicken called Jack talking to me. Don't let that chicken escape. She's already on the menu for tonight. Isn't it a chicken's destiny to be eaten? We should catch it and give it back to the cook. Yeah, okay, fine. Perhaps we two can have a bite later. That poor chicken. That poor chicken. Excuse me, but would you mind not handling that? I like to keep things just as they are, if you please. Okay. Phew, that was close. Thanks for catching Fidgety Jack here. Guess she got nervous when I mentioned... She? You named a she Jack. Right, let's have that bird then, shall we? Our troops are mighty hungry. Okay. So, she's probably not here. Maybe she's in the tavern. I'll have to check that later. Let's go upstairs first. It's a quartermaster, and no one else is here. Awesome. And I closed the door behind me just to try and stop the chicken from escaping. So, where is she then? Maybe she's down by here somewhere? I don't know. Where on earth is she? Maybe like one of these tents? Check. Nope, they're all just legionnaires. Where are you? Where do you hide?
Rest.
Her name was Evelyn. So I think let's try check out the inn. Unsinkable Sam, the waitress. The Duke of... Okay, we can talk to him. He's probably not involved, but you never know, he might know something. I have to look around for her. Fish vendor. Well,
Let us see if you can...
alright. Duke of Ferrell. Let's talk to him.
Greetings.
Oh, hello, I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you. Alright. It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Councillor and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wished the man harm. Quite the story about you and her. Yeah, she and I have a history that's hardly a secret anymore. I quite doubt it was even a secret from Drake while he lived. As easy it would be to pin suspicions on Esmeralda or I assure you that the affair was never so steamy and sordid as the busybodies around town make it out to be. Jake and Esmeralda. He really doesn't like me. Had no great affection for each other. He had his interests, she had hers, and there was a little passion left between them. Certainly not enough to fuel a murder. That, I would imagine, is the truth. Kind of makes sense. It was kind of the impression I was getting. Also, she is, like I said, want her to be guilty, but she is not. Because I want her to be. And it just doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Oh, where is this Evelyn chick? If I just knew where this healer was, that might help. Alright, you, Sheriff and Sheriff's bodyguard or whatever. Highlander. He's like the Highlander, but of eggs. He defends eggs against those who would break them. It's a very noble cause, being the egg defender. Very honorable. Honorable cause. Whoa, dude, you are so occultist, aren't you? So, thank you for that weird, strange outburst of just strangeness. Ah, you have come. Yes, that is most satisfactory. Begone, O brittle mask of age. Hear me now repeat the words of Brittle-tooth the child snatcher. Come play with me, for I am hungry. Come play, play, play. Wait, he asked me for assistance? Game of blood, of brutality, of death, and dexterity. Fun? Okay, I don't want to do anything for this guy. This guy's crazy. Cooked and ate and burned every last one of us. The light of dawn never sawn. All undone, every last one of us except for me, the midnight rambler, away from the city. I was very old back then already, though indeed I whisper of many years hence, for death shall not find me. Oh no, not until every beast has been bled. I may be frail, withered grey. Tracked her down by the curse of spine spear I have. She does not know her ill-shapen sun is setting fast. Colour the dusk red, O sword of youth. Right. So the target would be Victoria, female orc. She is the one whose heart must be held in hand, a heart around which the fingers of that hand must clench and tighten until its choking flesh belches with blood and the heart slowly breaks. That's a bit graphic. The orcs of They knew my name. Oh yes, by the bite of jeez, dude, you talk way too much. I'm done. Click on characters that have exclamation marks. Yes, I got the idea. That was quite the radical change we witnessed. I would never have thought that the benign old man we met outside would turn out to be a vengeance-driven aficionado of assassins. Yeah, I'm going with this. He is as much a savage as those orcs, and how is Victoria guilty of her tribe's crime? She was but a baby at the time. Indeed. Yeah, she's on a, let's call him eccentrics hit list. So
the hunters go stalking in the night by the needles of the million.
you also get like, I actually just want to show you guys something in just a second. If we open the character screen, it is this is something that I think is pretty cool. Now, it's like your traits. So as you play the game, I think it's like your choices that you make throughout the game. They kind of swing you, one or either way. So it's, for example, here I'm neither independent or obedient at this point in time. I'm kind of just like in the middle, I guess. So if I get that trait, then you get like the bonuses of that trait. So they're both bonuses. Like there is no way to get like a negative effect from them. So for example, if you're righteous, then well, it doesn't actually say what that one does, but this one, pickpocketing is increased by 1 if you have renegade. So I am renegade, considerate, bold, egotistical, heartless, and forgiving. That makes absolutely no sense. You get an extra trait of backstabbing if you're heartless. So anyway, I just thought that was pretty cool that your choices could in fact have that small effect on the game, which it might not even be that small. I mean, that's a 20% increase to backstabbing damage. It feels like that's pretty large. But yeah, I like that your choices can affect things in the game. I kind of like it. Where on earth is this lady? I wish that these things where the map was better marked,
Careful,
so I
comrades!
could just find her.
There are feathered source abominations trotting about.
Are you chicken? I knew it! She goes crazy over the chickens. She really did. I called that ages ago. I said that she'd probably think they were some kind of like wizard or something, and that it would probably be the case, but she really is just out there. She is out there. Wait, what is this? Now that's home and something a coarse troubled mind. What is going on in here? Eliron. And hello, Evelyn! You know what, let's save, because this, I have a feeling, is going to end in aggression.
Those men hardly sound long for this world.
But if one were to reduce the quantity of skull dust by a percentage or two, perhaps the stability could be increased by as much as 3-fold under the right conditions. Oh, a source hunter, imagine that, quite a bit. More petite than the last of your kind I encountered, aren't you? Yes, by nearly 20 centimeters of tibia and half the circumference of the biceps brachii, as my memory serves. But no matter, even if it couldn't spare, it's the hardiest specimen. I'm sure the order sent the individual with the next highest probability of success. Let's discuss your... No, let's ask him about if he knows about the murder first. The Council are a terrible loss there. Though we were hardly more than acquaintances, I knew him to be a devoted civil servant. From what I can tell, it seems to be a simple case of jealousy turned violent. No. No, it wasn't. To discuss your apprentice. I don't mean to imply the girl is wholly without talents. No, she certainly possesses a critical eye and an exacting manner when it comes to making difficult medical decisions. I do expect she'll be quite a successful healer in her own right when the time comes. She is learning from the best, after all. Alright, you do that. Now let's talk to you.
Anybody? Neither of you.
Excuse me, this is a private sick room. Who, in the name of the Seven, do you think you are barging in here? Out, I say it, right this instant. Because you were busy telling these poor sick people to beg for their lives? Yeah, I'll just go out right now. I'm sorry, it's this task. I feel my very being is unraveling at its most tenuous streams. I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. Healing! This decision feels like precisely the opposite. I have but one healing stone, you see, and the two direly wounded men who need it. Ah. That is kind of messed up. I've been racking my brain trying to figure the best method to settle this grave situation, but perhaps it's better off in the hands of an esteemed source hunter. Surely you are more accustomed to weighing life and death than... That is a bit of a heavy thing to just put on someone who just walked in the room, lady. Tell me more about the patients. Fine. Alright, let's ask about Morris, one of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes played by the undead, a young man but excellent in matters of business before he fell victim to an orcish club in the north, that is. Thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him, nearly dead but not quite so, and brought him here straight away. Alright, tell me about the other guy. Staple of Cecile 7, recently blessed with his third grandchild. He was leading a crew of builders when a stray beam struck him in the temple, and only a few days shy of his last day of work before retirement. Nearly everyone in Cecile is familiar with Grinning Stephen, and as you can imagine, he's quite dear to his family. Okay, I'm gonna go with let's go with the young guy. That is just like such a shitty choice, honestly. 'Cause I was expecting one of them to be like, oh look at this guy, he's a saint. Oh look at this guy, he's just like a terrible person. But no.
Now that tome on soothing a corpse's troubled mind.
Alright, so now do I have to talk to myself? Everything we do seems to fortify your abilities. It's easy enough to gain new strength when one is carrying... I have a homestead. One is carrying an entire team on one's shoulders. Yeah, I'm not gonna go with that one. Right. Yeah, let's go with the being nice to each other option. Even though I control both sides of the dialogue, so that's kind of messed up. Anyway, thank you eternally for your help. Though your reaction to the healing stone, I have no idea what to make of it. Your healing stone. Strange reaction, you cause blue lightning from a healing stone? I've never seen anything like it, and the stone looks different now too. Like it's devoid of life. I begin to wonder if its magical properties survived your little reaction. Alright. Tell me about yourself. I've been studying under Thelron for some time. First time I've ever questioned my suitability for the work. I have a passion for this work, you see, a passion to see things put in order, from a flesh wound healed to an entire city made resistant to a fatal illness. Wiped right as something as trivial as a wound or as senseless as an epidemic to take a human life. No! I want to question her about the murder, you Burke! Goodness me. No, question her, question her, question her, question her. Could you just question her, please?
Sorry, friend, I wish there were enough stones for both of us. It can't have gotten far.
I feel no pleasure in bidding you farewell, friend.
Oh, again, terribly sorry, Source Hunter, but I seem to be fresh out of priceless relics for you to destroy. Look, I really want to interrogate you. Why can I not interrogate you? You are clearly involved in this. Let's discuss your apprentice. Let's discuss those patients. I really want to... How the... Goodness me. So apparently, all you have to do to be able to get away with murder is be like, you can't ask me about it. You can't. You just can't. I'm not giving you that dialogue option. What is this? Rift travel. I don't want to rift travel. Why would I rift travel? Stop glowing. There's no need for me to rift travel anywhere. I'm trying to solve a murder, one thing at a time, people. Yeah, this is creepy Esmeralda. So I'm guessing that like the only person left is to talk to that guard. So I guess we're gonna go up there. Yeah, let's go up there and talk to him. Maybe I should have interrogated her about the murder first. It just doesn't make sense that the dialogue doesn't work properly. I want to interrogate her about the murder, but I cannot, unfortunately. So let's go inside. See if I can interrogate this guy and be like, ha ha ha, I know that you were involved. How do you know? Because reasons! I'll just have to save first and see if I can beat him at rock, paper, scissors.
What's the status, soldier?
And yes, that is probably a little bit cheaty, but whatever. It's just like the easiest way to do it. So let's go in and talk to this guy. Hi, I'd like to share my progress with the murder, as in the fact that you are totally... Right. Someone the Legion should arrest. No. Let's discuss Jake's murder. The subject of his corpse. It was stolen? Gods, what a fool that Robert is, taking a bribe from the beleaguered old Cecile. Ah! What was he going to do with that gold? Buy the largest kipper in the land? He has a lot to answer for, but not as much as the one that did the bribing in the first place. Guess your mission is pretty clear, isn't it? Off you go to find this inefficient body snatcher. Assume it hasn't crawled back to its grave, so have you found any suspects? Heard you were seen at the Mortician's. You dare stand here and accuse me of involvement in this sordid affair? You dare accuse a captain of the Legion? Get out, out, before I have my men erect a gallows. Stricken sauce.
Back again.
Let's discuss his murder. Alright. Evelyn? Nice lass, her brewed me a potion once that cured me of a rash more bothersome than a badger down your breeches. I do not want to know. Please, dude, too much information. No, she doesn't seem like the type to play hide and seek with stiffs to me. Perhaps the mayor is involved. Dear me, you couldn't be further from the mark if you... Let's see if I can just go with every...
Bye.
Apparently if you choose let's change the subject, you can then change the subject from changing the subject to goodbye. Oh, goodness me. What on earth am I going to do?
Back again?
It's all sound of business, let's discuss his murder. Okay.
Bye.
So, we've got the 4. However, we don't seem to really be able to interrogate this guy. However, we have to find the body. So then we have to ask ourselves, why on earth, or where on earth is this body? Dude, there's a skeleton in there, just by the way. Which could very well be him. There's an ornate chest, which maybe that's it.
Bye.
That's it for this episode of Divinity Original Sin. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this one if you enjoyed it. And for more Divinity Original Sin, click the thumbnail on the right. Or if you want something a bit different, try out Shadowrun Returns by clicking the thumbnail on the left. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you in future videos. Bye-bye for now.